See the war on cars in Toronto about 15 years ago. Like it just got more and more difficult to travel by car. More bloody bike lanes, which is insane in a city like Toronto where it's frigid, bloody cold for 6 months a year. You know, the only people who bike from November to March are deluded 24-year-old men who think they're.
So I personally really like bicycles. I think they're like an idyllic form of transportation. Obviously, what he's saying is true that you can't really use them half the year. But during the spring, the summer, great way to get around. Uh, Instead of like paying money, you're saving money and you're getting a nice workout at the same time. Plus, within a city, it's actually like a lot faster to bike anywhere than it is to like take the bus or something, just because it's so much more direct. Obviously nothing wrong with owning a car, but for a lot of city dwellers, that's an unnecessary expense in this day and age. People are always complaining they're broke. Well, especially younger people, you look at insurance, gas. When you're within a city, and at least for like cities that I've lived in, Canadian cities are pretty good at this, where you can get around without having a car.
They're saving the planet with their goddamn bicycles. The notion that, that's going to be a reasonable mode of transportation for like a 70-year-old woman with her groceries is just utterly preposterous. It just got more and more difficult. And I used to
Yeah, but just because there's edge cases doesn't mean that it's not a good idea for a lot of people.
annoy my family looking around saying, I think there's a war on cars going on here. I can't figure it out. And, it wasn't until recent years that I came across the bloody C40 documents, which read like the worst right-wing conspiracist's nightmare. Like you can't even believe that it's true. I started to see the war on cars in Toronto.
Yeah, there definitely is like a war on cars, an agenda by central planners that uh, to get people not to use cars. And the car really does symbolize individual freedom, the ability to just go anywhere, do anything. I personally love trains. That's like my ideal form of transportation. You just kick back, watch a movie, relax, take a nap, chill out. The Europeans are so lucky to have such like an intricate network of planes and trains, and but also these bike lanes are like the wrong way to go about doing it. What's a lot better are the bike paths, because nobody really wants to cycle out in the middle of a street with a bunch of cars that can like destroy you at any second. But the cycle paths, which is what London did very well, you have a network of connecting paths throughout the downtown where you can just recreationally cycle along. There's no cars inside. It's beautiful. That's the real way to go. Keep the because the cars don't like to be around the bikes. The bikes don't like to be around the cars. Uh, because they're a hazard to each other. So keep the bikes segregated on the bike paths. Build these bike paths connecting the parks. That's the way to go, in my opinion.